you really make someone happy? Can you really make someone happy? I feel like in a lot of relationships, including some that I had in the past, we expect the other person to make us happy, to do things that make us happy. Or maybe we feel like we're responsible to make the other person happy. But is this even possible? And if we try to do this, where does this lead? So I'll start off by giving a couple examples from my own personal experience, as well as actually someone that I was talking to, a friend that I was talking to today. We had very similar stories that led to very similar results, and it really helps open up some of the things that I'm already understanding on the responsibility for happiness and how that all works. So in my previous relationship, I felt like I was responsible for my partner's happiness. And through that, I would end up sacrificing parts of myself, like doing things that, or like sacrificing things that were important to me and the value of the relationship, or to make her happy, or to, just kind of do everything I could to make her happy. But at the end of the day, it ended up making me less happy. And then when I was less happy, she was less happy. And it also degraded the respect in the relationship, right? If you're not taking care of yourself and doing things for yourself, it ends up leading to a lack of respect in the relationship. And I found it having negative results, and obviously our relationship didn't end up working out at the end. And a huge valuable lesson that I learned is we're not responsible for the other person's happiness. And if we are, both people end up making such large sacrifices for each other that neither end up being happy. Jim Rohn, one of the OG personal development gurus, said, "I'll be the best version of myself for you if you be the best version of yourself for free." For me. Or was it, "I'll work on being the best version of myself for you if you work on being the best version of yourself for me." Because at the end of the day, our happiness is perception, right? And if my perspective is always like, you're not good enough, or if my perspective is always looking for the bad things in life, right? The challenging things, I'm going to find that in what's in front of me. No matter how good the person in front of me is, if I have that perspective. So literally the person in front of me could be doing the most amazing things, but if I'm not responsible for my own happiness, I could find so many things wrong in the person in front, and then that could drive the person in front of me absolutely crazy, because they keep doing more and more and more and more without avail, and sacrificing more and more and more and more of themselves. And so there is obviously, doing things that serve, that help the person in front of you that they love. But I think it comes from a place of lifting yourself up in that process, right? It's not about sacrifice. I feel like, sacrifice, both people are just sacrificing. Both people are just gonna die on the cross. And so by doing things out of service and love and growing yourself and doing things that inspire you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself, and they do the same, and then you can each lead each other as inspiration, I think is quite valuable. And now when we get to the overarching question, like, can you even make someone else happy? Maybe temporarily, right? Like, you could do something nice and that could make that person happy for a short period of time, but you can't be responsible for their long-term happiness. Like, if someone's unhappy all the time, it's each person's own responsibility. And I choose to take ownership of my happiness, my joy, and then the person in front of me can just add to that. And the feeling is, like, if we're responsible for each other's happiness, that really creates a codependent relationship. So, grateful for learning this lesson. I had a great, deep conversation with a friend today about his relationship that ended recently and some of the challenges of him sacrificing himself and always trying to do his best to make his partner happy, and it just sounded like she was never happy. And he loved her a lot. Like, he loved her a lot and would make all these sacrifices because he loves her. And we love these people and we want them to be happy. But at the end of the day, happiness comes from in here, and it's my responsibility to change and shift the way that I view the world. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, if I shift my perspective, like, it's still, I could, like, still be responsible for my own happiness, but the person in front of me isn't inspiring me, or we're not lifting each other in a certain sense, right? And being a team and a partnership and having that coordination and helping each other grow and being aligned in values and mission, then obviously it's not like, oh yeah, but you're just supposed to be happy with whoever's in front of you. I don't believe that's the case. I believe that, yes, it is our own responsibility to be happy, and then with that own responsibility, we get to choose to spend time with people that are in alignment with that same space of self-growth. Beautiful day here in South Beach. Lots of sun. Spring break, lots of people around. Beautiful environment. Appreciate you taking the time to grow and learn and be present. I love you. I'll see you on the next video.